Hi everyone, I'm Zuzka the Craftsy Penguin and I'm wishing you a merry and happy and cozy December. Today, with my series of shorts of one-by-one stuff that I made before the start of my YouTube channel, I'm sharing this quite small project that I made, and that is already like 4 years, no, not full 4 years old, maybe like 3 years old, something like that. And it was an upcycling, and it is well worn because I love it and I am wearing it all the time. It is a divine hat, which is quite a popular and pretty well-known pattern, and it uses this variegated yarn that turned quite fuzzy if you look at it closely, but that's only with wear. It was quite crisp when I made it. I have a picture somewhere that I could put on the screen, and this was a yarn that it was a yarn that I collected from another hat. I had this hat that someone gave me like decades ago, and I had it in storage and I never used it because it was in this shape of this flat hat with, you know, how do you call those, screen or something, and it just didn't fit me. It was poking my forehead, and it was knit, and it just looked weird. And when I was decluttering my old stuff, I considered just tossing it, you know, giving it to someone or giving it to charity or something. But then I realized I could use the yarn. I could just rip the head out and use the yarn. In the end, ripping the yarn out turned out being kinda complicated because the fluff kept, you know, trying to hold to each other. The threads were not willing to separate that much, and also it was knit, but then it was sewn together, you know, from panels, and so parts of that were cut or you know, it didn't match at the joints and all of that. So in the end I managed to rip most of it out and make like 3 balls of yarn out of it, and then I managed somehow to color match, you know, the gradient somehow and make the head with it. You can see a small part here which doesn't match the colors around it, which was just in the head somehow. There was a small piece, I think on the brim, which just didn't fit anything else. So I used it at the end because I wasn't sure if I'm gonna need it, so it's close to the brim here. And for the brim itself, I used a very old ball of yarn that my mom had. I believe she had a sweater out of this. Wow, we went out of focus. My mom had a sweater out of this, and it is a really pretty, this dark pinkish purplish color, which I like a lot. So I used it for the brim, and it made such a nice hat. I think it fits me really well. I really like it, and as I said, I use it all the time. It's not super warm. It's not for a windy weather because the divine head has these holes in the pattern if you don't use a super thick yarn, but it's really great for the average, you know, autumn and winter in the city. So one of my favorites, well worn, very fuzzy now, but I really like this one, and this started a whole series of divine hats, which I'm gonna talk about later in some other video. But yeah, I believe this was my first divine hat that I made, and I'm really happy with it. It stayed here and it is staying forever until it falls apart. I just love this one. So thank you very much for watching today, for spending your time with me. Have a great time, enjoy crafting, enjoy creating, and enjoy the colors. Goodbye, and enjoy your December.